All right, hey everybody, thank you so much for jumping into John's Daily Dose today. We are pre-recording one, so sorry this isn't live, but we have the pleasure of having one of my favorites in the organization, Shelley Johnson, here with us. I'm sure you've seen her commenting on different things and giving me a hard time on almost every video. But that's why we love her. So with that said, we're going to be going ahead and asking a couple of questions to Shelley, and she'll be sharing her answers, as well as just kind of find out a little bit about her and have her tell us her RDI story. It's always good to get to know the people that we work with day in and day out. More so than just how well they're doing on the leaderboard, right? So really excited to have you, Shelley.
Thank you.
And let's get started.
My real name is Shalon, but don't ever call me that, Stephanie Mendiola. She always says that, Shalon Johnson. Oh, that's hard. Oh, here she comes. Watch out. She'll, chew you up. That one.
Okay.
Who sings that?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh, here she comes. Oh, Hall & Oates.
Okay. Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one. Yep, that one. The flexibility, probably, and it feels like family.
Okay.
A cougar. My superpower would be to be able to walk through walls and be invisible.
Oh, I can get you in trouble.
I know. I found RDI, a girl that I met at a grocery store. We were in line together and it was taking a long time. We just were talking and I was looking for a job. And I said, I only want to work part-time because I had just found out that I needed to go on dialysis. And she was like, my job's hiring, they're real flexible. Her name was Chelsea, I'll never forget. And she didn't even work here anymore when I got hired. Yeah, so that's it. And then I started off in DirecTV and only worked, it was 2 different shifts then. There was nights and days when it first started. And I started off part-time during the afternoon shift. First I would come in the morning and then go straight to dialysis. And then I changed to where I would go to dialysis and then come in. So I only work like 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I got better. My body got used to the dialysis and I started working full-time.
Okay.
I had a transplant in 2017, so I'm better.
That's so awesome.
I'm not 100%, but I'm way better than I was when I started. I'll never forget the time that Miss Sheila followed me to the car and all that when they called me with that last call, with the call saying, hey, come get this kidney. I was sitting at my desk crying and shaking. They told me to come get it. By the time I got to the door, they said, don't come get it because someone else was a better match than me. So I was just, and then by the time I got back to my desk, they called back and said, just come. And at that time, Daniel had started. And so he took me to the hospital. It was just, and I had so much support and love, not only from my family, but from RDI, like Stephanie Mendiola, Britannica, who used to work here. Several people, my daughter Dominique, everybody was, I had a lot of love. And when I came back to work, I did not expect all that when I came back to work. And then Chris and Shannon and somebody else, they showed up at my door with all kind of products and Dove products and everything. My mom had flew here and she was there with me the whole time. She was like, that's a good company. So I'll never forget that. There's no one that I know that doesn't know where I work at. They've either heard about it or know somebody who works here, or they think of how they worked with me so good. My family thinks you guys are the best. Chris came to my house. People came to the hospital. When I came back to work, I had so much love after my surgery. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
So yeah, it was great. Ever since then, other people who actually seen that, like family and friends, they're like, is your job hiring? They've been wanting to come here and they come here. Even my dialysis tech worked here.
Wow.
The guy that did my dialysis, he worked in DirecTV too for 6 months.
That's funny.
Monet, I refer to everybody. Okay?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Family. And I say that because family argue, fuss, fight, don't talk to each other, and still love each other.
That's right.
Family people make mistakes, they get reprimanded, but the love isn't gone, it's still there. Too legit to quit. That.
All right.
and there's another one I just think of. It's another one by MC Hammer. Can't touch this. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching. We had a lot of fun asking Shelley some questions, getting some fun answers, and also just again, it's always easy to know what someone does. You can watch someone's, look at their stats, look at their attendance, and we can see what someone does. It's a lot harder, but I would say it's a lot more important for us to see who someone is. And videos like this and being able to sit down and talk with you, Shelley, is a great opportunity for not just me, but for everyone watching to get a better picture of who you are, not just what you do, which is so much more, again, important. Now, is there anyone that you'd like to shout out today?
Well, you, again, because you always tell me I'm my hardest critic, and you always make me feel better. I have to shout out Shannon Bailey, because I wouldn't have made it through being quarantined and having cabin fever in Joe's old office without her, because she takes very, very good care of me. And even though she's gone to another campaign now, but Naomi has taken over, so shouts out to Naomi. And of course to Chris. Hi, Chris Martin, of course, because he's like the god here. And and Daniel, Dominique, and my daughter China that just started.
Awesome.
Veronica Barlow.
All the family, right?
Yep.
And so the last thing I want to do before we close here is I think about you and I think about our core values. Think, hustle, grit, serve, and impact. And I try and think of which one personifies who you are in the midst of everything that you've been through, in the midst of everything that you do for us. And of course, hustle and grit are things that stick out because through your dialysis, through everything, you've stuck it out and you've stayed here. That's grit at its finest. The hustle, there's not been one campaign you've touched that you haven't exceeded at. That's hustle to the max. But at the same time, I think about those words and they almost limit. If I were to just say grit, that limits your impact. So I have to go with impact. And we see it right here. I feel like everything that you touch, if we look at the last sentence, every action, interaction, and touch results in us leaving it better than we found it. I feel like that is such a great definition of what you bring to the table each and every day. I want to thank you for the impact that you make in our business and in our company and in the RDI family each and every single day that you show up. And to say thank you, I want to give you this pin, an impact pin. So I want you to add that to your lanyard, wear that with pride, and let everyone know that you are someone that
and I wouldn't have able to do this without some of my wonderful supervisors that helped me. Stephanie in DirecTV definitely was someone that I look up to and helped me get through the hard times in there. And she's a great manager. And now I have good old Ron.
That's right. Shout outs to Ron and Steph as well. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully this was a great opportunity for you to get to know another one of our great RDI family members. And we will see you tomorrow at 12. Bye-bye.
Did you get it?